cast into the pond, if you will, sort of watch the tide come in and see what it's bringing into, because the worst thing to do is to look up and see a tsunami coming in. And unfortunately, I think a fair number of businesses in the South Delta area, with some of the changes in the retail environment, may be in for a tsunami. But if we look now, we can retool and rejig. And actually, I've got a couple success stories to sort of talk about in that regard. So I want you to get a commitment to action today. When we're finished here today, I don't know about you, I don't like to just sit here and listen and let it go. I like to find a nugget or two that I can move on. So I'm going to ask you to think about 1 or 2 things that you'll do in the next 24 hours, small steps to help understand or redefine your competitive advantage. The other uses for oil other than petroleum and gas, things like plastics. So the forecast is that while we are whining and complaining about $1.40 for a liter of gas here in British Columbia, the price is expected to go $3 to $5. And his example was kind of funny. It was like this. He goes, imagine a salmon caught in the North Sea. It's then shipped how many thousands of miles to China for processing to be served on a plate on the eastern seaboard of the U.S. The costs for that transportation are expected to double or triple in the next 5 to 7 years. Remember last fall when New York and New Jersey were hit by a huge hurricane? Walmart has got this thing mastered. Walmart takes a look at the weather network because they know that when a storm is forecast on the eastern seaboard, people love, get this, and I don't know why, cherry Pop-Tarts. Comfort food, cherry Pop-Tarts. So Walmart, 4 days out when they know a storm is going to hit, can contact their distribution warehouses, have the product shipped within 24 hours to be on the shelves so that all the people out there can buy their comfort food and they can take advantage of the storm coming in. They know within 30 to 40 seconds of every transaction around the world. That gives them a tremendous amount of data. Very good for a large organization. Unless you can provide value add, like the gentleman and lady did yesterday at London Drugs, where your product knowledge helps me save time, then time becomes the reason I'll shop with you. And as a matter of fact, for a lot of the folks, that becomes the number one way to keep a competitive advantage, is that I know when I went to London Drugs, it was going to be a good fit. And by the way, no, London Drugs isn't on this, and I'm not getting paid by London Drugs to say this. But I knew the product would be a fit, as where when I went to that Maple stop, or there's another shop called Tutor Shop, I can't remember what the exact name is, I know it's a 50-50 guess. They're so busy worrying about selling me something as opposed to selling me the right thing.